Yush and Thax, and we see Thax finally going into the pits right now, going for a possible undercut as he's going to be falling all the way back down to P4. Mush soaring past him, exiting out of the pit lane with, what is that, a set of mediums. So that should be the laps, or that should be the compound that he will take to finish this race, as Yush takes the lead of the Miami Grand Prix with old softs. But Yoshi keeps with soft compounds. I don't think they've pitted yet. Oh, there goes Soot pitting for a fresh of softs. They're going to be seeing out with this set of tire compound now, or points finishes, and Yoshi comes in for their stop, finally giving out the softs and in for a new tire of the same compound. And it looks like Thax has secured the position with their mediums. They're just going to have to ride it out, trying to make minimal mistakes and minimal blunders in this last set of laps. And I mean, Soot is still doing a great job in terms of pace, however, because they did drop their gap down from 2 seconds to 1.7. Maybe they had enough ERS. I mean, we haven't really been taking ERS into the equation so far. Considering Thax, he doesn't necessarily need to use all that ERS. All he has to do is just to manage the pace and make sure he doesn't make consistent mistakes like spinning out or DNFing. If so, then that's going to be a fair sketch of points given to Thax, who is going to be taking back that championship lead in the Drivers' Championship for the inaugural VF1 after the points reset from Czechia, which is great, but it's not good for Mushy, who, you know, is going down to P4, not even making it to the podium after winning the Miami race. Oh, and they mess up a little bit, exiting out of, what is that? That looks like turn 7, turn 6, going through 7. Oh, I really just did that, didn't I? And the gap between Thax and Soot is shrinking 1.2 seconds. We can visually see them together right now. We see a front wing. I don't know whose is that. That's probably a BMW. Yoshi just got out of turns 16 right now, barreling down, and Soot has DRS range. Is there going to be a last overtake in the closing laps of the Miami Grand Prix? We'll just have to wait and see. Thax is definitely going to be feeling that pressure. He is riding on that set of mediums till the very end, and those set of mediums are definitely old, as he pitted pretty early after trading for that set of softs. He did a great job extending his lead, however, because those set of softs proved really good in the beginning and the middle of this Grand Prix. But as of right now, with Soot 0.4 seconds behind him, it's going to be really hard to maintain that lead as Soot is trying to execute an overtake. The two drivers are in a fight right now, going through turn 7, exiting out of turn 8 into the long straight, where there's going to be a bit of a bump where turn 9 resides. Is Soot going to be getting DRS? I don't see the flap opening, but if not, they are gaining an advantage in terms of distance. This will be starting Sector 2 through 11s, 12, and 13, a very tedious section. If either of these drivers mess up, it is going to be a switch of the lead. And they don't. It is perfect exiting out, but Soot grabs the lead, exiting out of turn 16. They're still side by side though. The fight is still far from over. He must have been using ERS throughout this entire lap right now, going into that braking zone. 3 laps remain. Thax is going to have to push the tires to the very limit as they go into turn 1 of lap 28 of the Miami Grand Prix, exiting out of turn 1 into turn 2, 3, a sweeping set of turns that really need perfect entrance and exit to really nail. Going to turns 4, 5, it's really easy to mess up here if you do not lift or brake at the appropriate time. You could completely screw your run in through sector 1. And so far the gap is extending 0.265 to 0.380. The tire advantage for the Ferrari is looking to be shown up. This is great, but I think Thax will be in DRS range for the second half of this circuit. They are fighting each other until the very end. Soot is on the penultimate lap. The white flags will be waving as the push between Thax and Soot is still being shown. The pole sitter at the start of this Grand Prix reeling from a tire strategy that might have been done a little bit too soon. Soot just has to keep it in the tarmac, making sure not to mess it up as it goes a little bit wide, going through turn 7 into turn 8 right now. Thax is still in DRS range. We'll have to see whether or not the flap is going to open for him. The flap does open for him at 0.7. Is he going to catch him on the straight as they go barreling down into turn 11, 12, 13? It is crucial for these two drivers not to make a mistake right now. And Thax looks like he has DRS range. He's going to be gaining a lot of time and closing that gap in between that Ferrari. The late braking point is really the deciding factor whether or not there will be an overtaking of sorts. And there doesn't seem to, as Soot and Thax both slide out of turn 17, going through 18 and 19, going into the final lap. Thax pushing as hard as he got, opening the DRS flap as well. 0.7 seconds separate these two. The fight is going to the very end, going through turns 1, 2, and 3, entering into the long straight, an ERS opportunity, going through the S's of 5, 6, and 7. It's really important not to mess up here. They close out sector 1, going into turns 8, exiting out. Here comes a long straight. Will the Red Bull of Thax be getting DRS? Is the flap going to open? The flap does open for Thax. He's going to be sending it as much as he can. This is the only chance he's ever going to get in the Grand Prix. The last chance. Going through the second of sector 2 is all Soot has to do is to keep it on the rubber and just try to outrival the pace of the Red Bull. Exiting out of turn 16. Great exit coming out for both drivers. Is the DRS flap going to open for Thax? It is. It's going to open for Thax. It's going to be a fight to the very end. But it looks like the Ferrari is going to be too far for Thax to capitalize on and overtake. It has been a fight till the very end, but Ferrari secures another win for the Miami Grand Prix. Thax coming in P2, 0.7 seconds separating them.